Hello, Assalamu alaikum. So today I want to quickly just talk about this whole discussion about whether to ban Awami League or not to ban Awami League. It's a tricky one for me because as you know, I distinguish between Awami League from the past and the Kutta League of today. There is a small distinction really, because there is a lot of people who are still nostalgic about the old Awami League, and I really don't want to offend them because there are a lot of decent people there, you know, and you can't really you can't isolate them from the society. They are there and they are decent people, and they, as I say, most of them do not believe in the politics of Kutta League. They don't, and as I said, there is a lot of decent people, you know. So we got to be careful, you know, so we don't become just like them. Yeah, we got to be different. So I'm going to talk about really Kutta League. When I talk about Awami League, I'm talking about Kutta League here. Yeah, the people who are responsible for what has happened in the last 16 years, right? So I'll give you where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with NLDSP, I think, is it the Nazi Party of Germany? Yeah. So if you look at their governing document or their constitution, that was like any other socialist democratic party. It was pretty good. They only had one very, very specific section that was against the Jews. Yeah, they had something about the Jews, again to do with the history. There's a lot of history, just didn't come out of thin air. It had a background to it. So there was one discriminatory policy against the Jews. But that was your Nazi party. Yeah, but think about that. Is the Nazi party legal? It's illegal all over Europe and all over Germany. It's illegal. It didn't have nothing wrong with them in terms of their constitution, yeah. But why is it made illegal? Because what the Nazis have done. What the Nazis have done made that party illegal, not because they had any ideological issues. No, it's to do with what they have done during Second World War. What they have done. Now, so now on that perspective, you have to judge this Kutta League based on what they have done, not what is written in their constitution. What is their ideology? What want to say? No, they are all great things. But the party that has allowed this genocide to take place, this barbarism to take place, there is something fundamentally wrong in that party. That is why it needs to be banned. Yeah? And any idiot, I'm calling them idiot, because there is this chap, this student advisor to Dr. Yunus, yeah? I mean, it was shocking how amateur this guy is. Of course, he's a student, I don't expect much of him, but he thinks he's too smart, he's all this liberal statement he makes. You have to understand the sentiment of the country, how the revolution happened, why the revolution happened. It was a revolution. Why did it happen? You have to understand the sentiment. And you have to embrace that, embody that within your policies and every single statement you make. You sound like a bloody joke, right? And there are quite a few other personalities within this government that are making some blanket statement about Kutta League. Yeah, they can come in and they use the word punoversion, so they can come in the politics and the blood hasn't even dried out yet of all these martyrs. It's not, blood are still there. So Nahid made a very, very good statement about that there got to be accountability, and then we will decide. But I think we have to be very realistic here. There is nothing different here as to what happened after Second World War to the Nazis and this Kutta League. There is no difference. Now just imagine the video that has gone viral, okay? That these guys, they were just dumping dead bodies on a truck. Yeah? And then, apparently the guy was a Muslim. And then put fire to the dead bodies of these kids, knowing they're Muslim. Even, I don't know, I don't think even the Pakistanis would do that. Yeah, I don't think during 1971 they did something like that. You just know the Muslim is dead, they need a burial, right? And you burn their body. Yeah? And it's a regime, it's not just one or two person, it's a whole establishment, whole regime is working, and whole Kutta League were working. The helmet Chhatra Leagues were working. They're all believing in this ideology of killing. Right? So they're genocidal thugs. They're Nazis. Now if anyone now in the country, support these Nazis, support this act of genocide, the whole point of you being nostalgic about the butcher of Bengal and Kutta League is because you are pro-genocide. You are pro this murder and this barbarism that took place. Now there is something wrong with this individual. There is nothing right about them. So if there are a decent one of you who are still nostalgic about Kutta League, yeah, looking at the good bits, but just brushing over this genocide, there's something mentally wrong with you. Something is definitely wrong here. And you need to be, of course, if you're decent, you need to be educated, you need to be reasoned. I will ask everybody to just give you some sort of therapy because you need a therapy. Okay? Or, and if you are beyond that therapy, like you're a real thug, you're still genocidal and you want to replicate the same thing, then you need to be hanged. You need to be hanged because you have got no possibility of return to any kind of normality because you are an inhuman monster. You are Nazi. You are a genocidal Nazi and you want to replicate that again. As I said, can you see there are two different kind of people? One kind of people are very nostalgic about our Army League and they want to just brush over this genocide. Yeah? So these people need to be reasoned with. You got to talk to them. You can't just outright ban them because there are a lot of ordinary people like that who don't think like that, right? So you have to reason with them, you have to tell them what it is. But the starting point is you have to ban. You have to ban this group. That's the statement you make. No, any political ideology that is capable of carrying out a genocide of that sort got to be outright banned. There got to be an outright ban on them. That is just like a first step. You got to do that. And I'm not sure why anybody justifying not doing that. Because there were, of course, the butcher of Bengal, she was banning Jamaat. Jamaat never carried out a genocide. Yeah. Yes, there is a conspiracy against them that they facilitated, the Pakistanis to kill women and children in our country. But those days are long gone. This new generation of Jamaat, they've got nothing to do with that. They wear Bengali flag all over their head. You want to ban them anyway. I'm not comparing because it's not like for like. We were decent people. She was butcher, right? So I can't really compare them. But this is very similar to the Nazis. Exactly why Nazis were banned. So you got to ban them. Okay? And then let them come to reform, right? Then there will be young Army League. And they want to say, okay, you know what, we want to go to our central left or our far left politics. There's plenty of room for that. It's good. The Socialist Party, that's great. But they've got to reform and then apply for new membership, saying that, we want to do our politics. This is our constitution and this is what changes we have made so that it will prevent us to become Nazis again in the future. Right? That will be the starting point. So, but as it is, the Kutta League got to be banned. And any idiot, any thug, is talking about, I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people, Are they trying to be intellectual, liberals? You can't be liberal with Nazis, because then your very existence is that threat, You can see how many coups they're trying to do. They're trying to do more. And the way the students are, they're so disorganized, right? And I don't know, I think they will be sick after a while. And already you can see the cracks within their ranks, yeah? There are different people saying different things, okay? They're so disorganized. So students got to be organized. And I made suggestions in my last video as to how they can become more organized, yeah? My idea was put them through a military training of some sort, bring some discipline to them, put them in a community, right? Non-partisan, part of the national security force. They have got a database, they've got an app, just like their community, and they are patriotic community. They don't belong to any political party. I think that would be a really great movement for students. So you go to a universal patriotic politics. So you want good for your country. So you set out, so some of them will be, of course, they belong to the Islamic theology. Some of them will be Islamic moderates. Some of them will be very left-leaning. Some of them will be center-right, center-left. All sorts of opinions. Students are allowed to have all these opinions. But when they unite for a universality of purpose. They have got a common purpose, and that is patriotism. That is for the national good. You want the country to be where you want them to be. You're innovative, right? So this is why I think the organization is so important. I made one suggestion. There will be plenty more suggestions as to how you can be more effective. Yeah, but students got to be more organized in my view, because I think there's a bigger revolution coming. Big one is coming, and they have to get rid of immature nutcases like this advisor to Dr. Yunus. He thinks he's some kind of genius, and then all the media, oh, he's talented. There are millions of talented guys like him, right? Nothing special about this guy, and he's an idiot because he talks stupid. Yeah. The other day he used quite a few things. He said, people who has got Iman in Sheikh Mujib. Why do you talk like that? Yeah, what is Iman? Iman is monotheism, Islamic. Don't misuse words, right? Yeah, they can believe in, they love Sheikh Mujib. There's lots of people like that. Don't use the word, you're insulting them. Yeah? And then he says, there are so many different types of Islam. There's no different types of Islam. There's only one Islam, you idiot. Don't talk like that, because you offend people by saying stupid things like that. I know you didn't mean it, or you're probably saying, yeah, there are cultural differences within different places of Islam, which is great, that's fine. But it's still in Islam, yeah? There are some dogmas, cultural dogmas like you have got in Bangladesh. You have these guys, they start singing and dancing, yeah? So these are not Islam, they're cultural aspects of it, yeah? And we can't ignore them, of course, but don't call it Islam, right? And by a person who you are advising to the head of the nation, and you talk stupid like that, yeah? Idiot, yeah? Absolute idiot, this guy. I also just park this guy, okay? He's not fit for that job, yeah? Yes, he has got some ideas. Loads of people has got ideas, right? But you don't make stupid statement like that. You don't. And he was talking about 30% of the people, like he was talking about Army League. You can't reject 30% of the people in the nation. Nobody's talking about rejecting 30%. There is no 30% of the people in the country. You're talking absolute crap. Yeah, there is 30% of the people. You can say they are liberal, they are left-leaning, which is great. Nobody rejecting them. We are rejecting an ideology that produced Nazism, yeah, in our country. That's what we're talking about. Don't mix it, and you're going to really piss a lot of people off, because the revolution was not yours to be won. Yes, student died, and it's not student. There are Muslim died, Hindu died, like the workers died. Yeah, the lots of women died, non-student died, and let's not fool ourselves, right? If the army was with Sheikh Hasina, yeah, even you guys didn't know that you're going to win. They could have massacred you, and people wouldn't have come in their thousands. If the army was saying, no, we're going to stop this, we're going to put a martial law in, yeah? So of course army was on your side, and still without army you will be gone tomorrow. You'll be gone tomorrow without the army. And did you ever wonder why army is on your side? Did you? I'm hoping. I know. I've got a gut feeling why. Because there is a force supporting the army. They give the hands up. They didn't do much, but they give the hands up. I don't necessarily like them. You know what I'm talking about. I don't necessarily like them, but they are right now, they are best for Bangladesh. Okay? That nudge to the army's boys, we are with you. Yeah? Carry on doing the good work. Okay? It's all about that. So don't fool yourself that somehow, yeah, everything just happened like that. Yes, a lot of students died. You got a massive contribution, but don't fool yourself that is only your revolution. It wasn't. A lot of people are fighting for this for a long time. When it came to a boiling point, and it's exploded. Okay? So a lot of people contributed to it. So don't just get carried away and then start talking rubbish. So I'm very happy that the many student leaders, the messages coming from them are very good. Yeah? I'm talking about Nahid, I'm talking about what's the other guys? Very good. One guy was just recently, is it Hasnat? Yeah, Hasnat. Very good. Yeah, measured, and they hold the emotions of the people. That is very important, because it was a revolution. You have to hold those emotions of the revolution. If you don't, if you get away from it, you will be subject to a counter revolution, because people are not going to take it. Now you have shown them the way how to give life. People will give their life to fight for their freedom, right? So I think my only thing I want to talk about today is this: we got to ban this ideology. You have to ban it. You have to ban that, and everybody in this interim government and in this infrastructure that subscribe to the Kutta League, they got to be gone from the nation. Because everybody of the butcher of Bengal is still there. They're in the army, they're in the police, they're even in the interim government. There are pro-military-leaning people. We concluded these people are the traitors. These people, because of them, we are in this situation. Yes, I understand Dr. Yunus can't get rid of them all in one go. You can't, there will be anarchy. But that will be your strategy. You've got to neutralize these forces of genocide. You've got to do them. Okay? The alternative, don't live in a cuckoo land that this butcher or her children is not going to come back to Bangladesh in another form and carry out another butchery, another murder. It is very, very possible. Very possible. Because do not underestimate the power of India. Do not. These guys send their people in Canada to kill people. Right? They are genocidal thugs just like the Zionists. They are capable of doing awful, awful things. Yeah? And we are surrounded by them. So what I find quite strange is this: how naive you guys are. I'm talking about the students. I mean, for the government and the infrastructure, I can see probably they're not naive. They might know something I do not know. Right? They might have some connection with the US, but then again, it's going to change after Donald Trump comes. So you haven't got a lot of time. We're in September, November is coming. What if Donald Trump gets elected? He is completely pro-BJP. Then what happens? Yeah? You got to really think carefully. Don't be relaxed. I'm talking to the government. Like, if you think you have got assurance from CIA, they are with you, yeah, so you can be all nice and liberal, humanitarian and all that. But what if that's not the fact? What if that's not the truth? And it changes. You will be killed. Yeah, India will save their people just like the way they killed everybody. All the answers, yeah. What was that called? Pilkhana. Just like the Pilkhana massacre, they will do it again. They can kill all of you. And then what? They will come and hang all the students. Don't think it's not possible. It is very possible in Bangladesh. With all this Kutta League around you. With all this Kutta League and the subscribers and the sympathizers of the genocide around you, it won't take long. One little event can completely turn the whole thing upside down. Don't live in a cloud cuckoo land. Don't be very careful what you do. As I said, I think a lot of other people are saying, you got to clean up the system. And for you to clean up the system, this Kutta League has got to go. This pro-genocidal Kutta League has got to go from every step. They have to go. And then our league can be rehabilitated into a new political party with a new mandate from people. They can convince people that we are not pro-genocide. These are the changes we've made. Please approve us as a new political force. Let them then come as a new political force. Yeah. After all these things over, but right now they have to be banned. Anybody affiliated with them got to be gone, and this president's got to be gone. I mean, it's such a mess. Yeah, such a mess that we had this president. Why should you have it was a revolutionary government. Dr. Yunus should be the head of state. Yeah? Why are you playing around with this like a dodgy constitution? Yeah? Anyway, look, I might be going off track here. I hope there's some clever people in the government knows what they're doing with this president and the existing constitution. I really hope they do. For me, it looks like a right mess, and we are very vulnerable. Right now, I don't know who is some forces might be supporting us to avoid this catastrophe. Yeah, somebody must be supporting us. So then, of course, one needs to be suspicious. Who is supporting you? What is their motive, right? Because as it is, Bangladesh is very, very unstable. Extremely unstable. Is very, very scary. Yeah, let's not all fool ourselves. Yeah, and I hope they do something very quickly. They need to clean the system up 100%. Then you can say that you are an independent nation. You have got your sovereignty. Right now we don't. Okay? So, bottom line, ban Kutta League. Ban Kutta League is straight away. It's legal, it's ethical, it's compliant with international law, all the humanitarian law. It's compliant. You got to ban them. You have to ban them. That's the starting point. Once you ban them, then you can get everybody, yeah, on it. There's a lot of unemployed people in Bangladesh. Just employ them. Replace these dogs, yeah, these hyenas who are in the places. Replace them. Get people from overseas. There are a lot of people living overseas. I will come over. I will work for free of charge. There will be a lot of other people, capable people, who will come and work for free of charge. They are too patriot. Take advantage of that. Okay, but you got to clean the system first, so that India can't penetrate to our country. All right. Anyway, I've got a book coming up, hopefully very soon. So where I talk about India really. So although I sound like I'm very anti-India, I'm not. I'm very, very pro Greater India. Yeah, a lot of people will disagree with me, but it's like almost like utopia. It's a dream, like Gandhi's dream. That never happened, but I do share that dream because I think world is better when people are united rather than divided. Yeah, with this whole Western divide and rule concept, I'm very much against it. Okay, so I believe in the utopian society, and with Gen Zs, I can see it's possible. So there is a dream. Yeah, so I'm writing a book about that. So I'm not against India, but I'm against this Indian BJP genocidal maniacs, yeah, because they will destroy the continent. They will destroy the subcontinent. And if you don't realize that, who your enemies are, then Bangladesh is destined to failure. Nothing is going to change, yeah, because this nation of India will never let Bangladesh to be successful. They will never let us do that. So, and we got to secure ourselves. We got to be in a position of an independent country with our sovereignty. We got to be in that position, yeah, first, and then we are in a bargaining power. If you don't have your bargaining power, you've got nothing, right? Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.